In a world of reboots, remakes, and cinematic disasters, two dudes with no clue dare to ask, what the hell were they thinking? Popcorn ready, brains off, no film school, and no mercy. This is No Clue Movie Reviews.
Hello and welcome to the No Clue Movie Reviews. I am your host, Jay, and as always, I'm joined by my sidekick, Malcolm.
Fuck Black Panther.
Way to say it, brother, because today we are reviewing what most people in the world would consider the very first black superhero movie, Blankman. That's right, the 1994 Wayans Brothers superhero. I mean, it's a parody, not of any specific movie, but
Definitely inspired from 66 Batman.
yes, that is definitely where it came from. But Blankman, not you familiar with Mike? Is it Bender, the director?
No.
Directed by Mike Binder, but starring Damon Wayans. Always loved Damon Wayans. David Allen Greer and Robin Givens. Before we get started here, like normal, what's your history with this movie?
I watched it all the time, probably I would assume in 95 when it was rotating on HBO all the time. So I've seen this 100 times in the past. It was my go-to.
It's been so long since I've seen this movie. I'll be honest, I forgot the majority of it. I think was it very shortly after this movie, I think Don't Be a Menace came out, and for whatever reason, that movie just stuck in my head, and I never really went back and watched this one.
Right. And interesting thing is, this was meant to be Handyman. Do you remember that from In Living Color?
Go. The world needs me. Oh, thanks for everything. Up, and away!
Yeah, the Blankman movie was intentionally supposed to be like from a character skit from In Living Color called Handyman, which he was just literally, oh fuck, it's gonna get bleeped, with Gimp Ham, and his symbol was just the handicap symbol.
I cannot picture the handyman because in my head, all I'm picturing, and I am pretty positive it's from All That, and it's Keenan and Kel doing like a repairman, man.
It was like that, but just really bad.
That was really bad. So you got the intro of this movie. I said this scene exists just to show the kid's ingenuity. You're trying to show that the kid's a smart little kid, right? Was there any reason for this other than showing that he's a smart kid and he liked Batman?
It definitely it did a lot of things. It showed that they were poor.
Dummies. Poor acts won't work.
Showed that he was smart. Showed that he loves superheroes.
You know all that. You're not a geek. Yes, you are.
Damon Wayans, those are both his kids.
Oh, yeah, no, I noticed that in the credits. I saw that as Wayans on the credits. I was like, oh, shit. I didn't bother looking to see who it was, but yeah. This scene just seemed almost pointless, other than the establishing that you got nerdy, smart kid, and then they do the toilet flushing gag.
But the engineering of the appliances remind me so much of my own childhood.
It's one thing building your own little rabbit ears on top of the TV out of aluminum foil. There's another one building an entire clothes hanger from the bathroom to the living room out of aluminum foil.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a little extreme, but you like how the fork is connected so they could switch the channel on the TV and whatnot. It was all there. See, there's the fork in there.
Yeah,
we had a dedicated pair of pliers for our microwave.
The amount of time it would have took him to actually rig that up, the episode would have been over. I'm sorry, because they had pots and pans hanging and all that shit.
I was also, I mean, yes, it's silly, but it was supposed to just establish his repurposing of household items.
I mean, dude, I honestly didn't expect to spend this much time on a little 3-minute scene that was like a blow-off scene, but that's funny. Let's go ahead and jump forward. Let's at this moment, I just have it listed as David Allen Greer's work because I didn't know his name for the longest time, but it's Kevin. So David Allen Greer's character is Kevin. and we see him at work, and you see him on an elevator. But the only thing that's about this elevator thing, you get Robin Givens' characters introduced, Kimberly.
Yep.
But the only thing about this that was interesting to me at all, she's reading a newspaper, and it's
Yep.
upside down in this elevator. Do you
Was it
have
upside
this
down or
book?
just backwards? Because I have an explanation why it's backwards.
Okay, it may just be backwards, but that would mean that either they filmed it in the mirror of the
Well,
elevator, or
they do, and they have a reason. It's because it's the reveal of the door opening. See how the door opens, revealing the room.
I mean, clever use and everything, but it's, I don't know. I'm picky.
It's supposed to be one of those things that you just don't notice. It's just a cinematography thing. Like, matter of fact, if you look in the reflection, there's another reflection, and they're trying to hide the camera. It's in one of those squares. It's in between them.
Great day, isn't it?
Well, why don't we see?
Right,
GM
and there's
lays off
the
500
camera.
more
Oh, yeah.
employees. A post office worker wipes out an entire zip code, and the police are threatening to walk out on a strike.
So,
Kind of a Debbie Downer.
what do you think about the fact that he's only riding the elevator to the top floor with, just to talk to her? Because you find out shortly after they get to the floor that he actually works down in the basement.
Yeah, it does two things. It shows that how he's a dude that doesn't have much going for him, but he definitely goes with the theory if you try 100 women, strike out 90% of the time, you still got that 10%.
Oh yeah. 99 no's and 1 yes is a yes.
Yeah, you just gotta do 90. You just gotta do 100 tries a week, and you'll be all right.
Oh yeah, shouldn't be too hard. But yeah, like I said, he works down in the basement for, I guess, hard edition, which is your tabloid, your
Yeah, there was a lot of those in the
TMZ,
90s. Now we just call it the internet, but
yeah. Well, I mean, hold on, you just actually call it any newspaper nowadays. For me, not being a Seinfeld, guy, I love Jason Alexander.
well, I mean, this was like the only time I just didn't see, his typecast. It was like I just kind of forgot. It was like, oh yeah,
Blood on the hands! Yes!
it's not Costanza for once. Usually, anytime you see him in something, it's Costanza.
No, it's Professor
Journalism,
X.
my friend. Journalism.
I want to see that X-Men.
I do like this here though. So apparently he doesn't have a story to run, so they take darts and start throwing them at a dartboard, and whatever they hit, that's going to be their next episode. Kind of like, do you remember the episode of South Park when
Yes, exactly.
they invade the Family Guy and find out manatees are pulling random balls, and that's how they get their jokes?
Yeah, it did kind of break the wall of Family Guy for me. After that, I started seeing what they were saying, and I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, it actually was pretty bad. I stopped watching shortly after. Oh, I know. So Darryl's work, Damon Wayans.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a pawn shop, electric repair? What is he working at?
It's an appliance store. It's just that it's such a bygone era where people used to have their items fixed instead of just buying new.
Okay. Yeah, I think we still have one of those. It's like a vacuum repair shop.
They're getting
nearby.
rare and rare, but yes, vacuum repair. Even these days, vacuums are just these like rechargeable pieces of crap that fail every 2 years.
Yeah. Well, so he's at work, and he made this flying fly killer, insect killer.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
pretty cool.
invented drones before drones existed.
This is great. This is gonna be perfect. Yeah.
I don't know what the brains of it's operating off of.
I don't know what anything that he's actually using is operating with, like the motor that's in the nunchucks. And
Yes, the electric nunchucks that just has a pull start and clearly has the sound of a combustion engine. Yes.
yeah, I love that. That cracked me up. It looks like one of those toys you'd get, like if you go and see Disney on Ice and you hold in a button and it spins in a circle and has a light. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
He goes to show his boss this drone he made, and he's flying it around. And during this flight, he knocks some liquid onto his jacket, and like he had threw his jacket down, which landed on some fire.
Yeah, on a little Bunsen burner that was going off because he needs that. Why does he have a Bunsen burner? I guess it's just he spends most of his time tinkering. Well, he also gets in trouble because he was supposed to fix an old lady's toaster. Instead, he improved it. Kind of reminds you of the dad from Gremlins and his silly inventions.
Or Pee Wee Herman in the beginning, or You know, the beginning of Back to the Future. The liquid he knocks onto the jacket. I guess it caused his. At this point, you think it just caused it to be fireproof, because
Mhm.
when he picks up that jacket, there is absolutely no mark of, no burn, no
Yep.
hole, nothing. It looks like the jacket's perfectly fine. No, great. Guy invented. I don't know what the hell you would call it. Invincibility potion.
For the most part, definitely what turns out to be bulletproof, stab proof, fireproof.
Yeah,
Kind
yeah.
of wonders how it works.
I know. I kind of wonder why this guy doesn't wake up in the morning and just take a bath in this shit.
Probably
Like, how
because
would that?
we probably don't find out there never was a sequel because it causes cancer.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we get another character introduced here. We get I guess it's something Harris. I can't really say he's Senator Harris yet or anything, because he's running
We'll
for something here.
say
But
candidate Harris since he's running for mayor.
okay, so candidate Harris is running for mayor here, and you get this guy cracks me up. He's the most unintimidating mob boss in any movie, because I
Mhm.
think he's been in every like children's movie that had a mob boss. Was he in Matilda or?
Oh, is that him? I feel like it is. Yeah, but he always plays that role. Yeah.
You know what? It may be Harriet the Spy. It could be both of them. But he always does the mob role, like,
Mhm.
but he's the opposite of like Joe Pesci. He's not scary. He doesn't. He shows up and you're like, oh, okay. Here's the comedy mob guy.
Mhm.
Here's the faux mob guy. Here's Timu mob guy. You'll have to put his face up right here for the people watching to know who the hell we're talking about. But
John Polito is the actor's name.
he is offering, at this point, he's offering Harris $1 million towards his campaign, basically trying to buy influence here. 1
That's
million
weird.
seemed like a lot back then, I guess, but now that just seems like almost a joke,
Yeah, I mean, campaigns are being bought with like $40 million these days.
The grandma is there, the boy's grandma's there, because
Mhm.
she works as, I guess, the head of the campaign for him, or head
Yeah.
of, I don't
I would
know.
say she's retired and she volunteers. She does volunteer work for the campaign because she believes in Mayor Harris or candidate Harris.
So she's there, and as Manelli, well, that's the Bob guy, Manelli,
Yep.
he's leaving. He tells her, life is short. Her response,
Especially you, lady. Life is short.
So must be that thing in your pants.
That's like the third dick joke she's made in this movie at this point. She's definitely got dick on the brain. Do you recognize her voice or her face?
no, who is it?
You remember the competition game show of Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
Yes, who doesn't?
Yeah, she played, like the chief.
Sorry, got a lot of work to do today. Let's get the chief up there. Chief, you there? I'm here, Dredd. Let's go, Chief. All right, detectives. Carmen Sandiego and her gallery of rogues have struck again.
That's right. Okay, I remember her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so she makes that joke, and then that's where that ends. But then we jump back over to Kevin, back at his work, and he's hitting on Kimberly again. She seems a little interested. Now, something we skipped over in the beginning.
Yeah.
Kevin is trying to leave for work, and Darryl is very insistent on giving him a radio and belt. Well, this shit, it cracks me up, but he's trying to get a hold of Kevin at work now. And Kevin's trying to talk to him, but he can't hear him. So he tells him he has to talk directly into the receiver, which just happens to be the belt buckle.
Mm-hmm. Kind of failed to plan that out a little better.
But the best part of this whole scene right here is the fact that Kimberly had just left and is all kind of interested in him. Maybe can go somewhere. But she walks back in and just hears him talking to his dick.
Now is not the time. I got work to do. So maybe when I finish my work, we'll go in the bathroom and I'll play with you then, make sure everything's working and we can check you out and make sure.
I thought about it. And I just changed my mind.
I wasn't talking to my Jimmy.
Look how uninterested, almost disgusted she looked there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that later, whenever she sees somebody else, like literally, like orgasming in their pants in front of her, and she almost looks like it's turning her on.
Okay. All right, interesting.
Yeah. It jumps back to the Harris campaign room, and you got the
After
grandma.
hours.
Yeah, the grandma and a couple others are there, and I don't know what they're doing. They have all these checks there, so I guess
Yes, they're just getting deposits ready for donations that happen throughout the day or week.
we don't know who these guys are at first, but
Mhm.
they're getting robbed, and then they leave, and right after that, somebody else walks in and says,
Good evening. Michael Manelli sends his regards.
What's the point of saying their name if you're just going to murder them? It's like, what kind of message did it send?
"What's the point in sending in the guys with ski mask?"
You got to make it look like just a robbery, but it was revenge, and to send a message to candidate Harris that you need to take the bribe or else more people are going to get hurt.
Yeah,
But really, it's just for dumb people that watch movies who can't follow logic. You need someone who kind of spoon feeds information to you.
I guess if somebody happened to live, the last thing they're gonna remember said is Michael Manelli sends his regards. So you kind of get the idea. It's like, all right, well, we're done fucking with this guy, right? The funeral kind of uninteresting. You get him crying.
Yeah, but it's funny. It's like it's supposed to be serious, and they still add a little comedy even at a funeral. They put a decent amount of effort trying to make it seem sad, even though who's actually going to be sad in a movie called Blankman, but then they still add some comedy. It's just kind of interesting, I thought.
I know, but where is his crying widow diving on the casket? Yeah, I want to see that because he's already hysterical,
That was probably in the outtakes. I had to cut it for time.
Would have been better. But we get a train ride now. You get Darryl and Kevin are both on the train. There's this guy who is basically trying to mug a chick, and Darryl out of nowhere jumps up and throws his ass off the train.
Well, I guess something awoken in him. You would say.
He's got a knife! Oh my God, I'm gonna die!
I love his badassness, and then like the second he realizes it's all real, it's boom. Nope, he's done. They're at home. Darryl preaching about fixing the neighborhood.
You can't walk around like some vigilante.
Why not? Batman did it.
Batman? Darryl, that was fantasy. He had everything. You live in reality. You got nothing. You're no Batman.
I say when they get home, they're on their way home. But right across the street apparently is a crack den.
Yeah, that was kind of funny. It's like, you can't shut down a crack den. It will just open up another crack den.
they don't need permits.
And this is an interesting note. Throughout the entire movie, and also definitely up to this time, the only people that have committed crimes are white people.
Really?
Even minus maybe that Hispanic guy in the train. Can't remember what he looked like, but
well, let's be fair, he would be listed on police records as white.
Oh yes, I forgot that's non-white or white.
He tries to rush the crack house. Now, I wish Kevin wouldn't have stopped him. I wish we would have got some kind of scene like where he runs in and you just see him do like gets thrown out the front window or something and just left it at that. That shit would have cracked me up.
But reality, crackheads take off running like cockroaches, so he would probably be fine. They'd just scatter
like cockroaches. There was a quick thing here that's just kind of a throwaway thing. It kind of cracks me up, and it's a big deal to the movie. So Harris does win the election.
Yes.
But the only reference to it initially is a newspaper, or did I miss something? Like there's a newspaper that's shown for about 4 or 5 seconds, and then I don't think it's mentioned that he got elected. It's just now he's mayor.
Right. It may be something slightly thrown off. I guess it doesn't really even show how much time has passed from the murder of Grandma to when we discover that he's mayor. Within a year.
Yeah, there's absolutely zero time frame on this movie at all. So Darryl gets the idea to make costumes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you definitely see him do more experiments. This is when also he discovers that his chemical is knife proof. It's interesting he never did figure out a way to test if it's bulletproof.
Well, he finds out later if it's bulletproof or not, and it's a good point that you bring that up because he didn't test that. That was like a field test, and he openly invites somebody to shoot him.
But it is kind of a funny deal because from his brother's point of view, yes, it's like, oh, he's just retarded. When he,
Look! I'm a crime fighter!
I think I'd be institutionalizing him at this point. It's like, all right, I don't know what to do with you during the day when I'm at work. So
Holy shit. Look at him. Put a little white sailor hat on him, and you've got Barnacle Boy from SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Oh, but God. So this right here, yes, this is so bad, but yes, he looks at his 20-something-year-old brother and thinks, yes, he's living with a person with mental problems.
Which he kind of is. There is something wrong with Darryl.
He's just a kid.
I guess, yes. I mean, they have a grandma. They must have had parents. All right, they must have had a mom. We'll say that. We don't know what ever happens. It's never mentioned. Maybe she's living in that crack house. I don't know. But obviously some sort of trauma made Darryl into this weird forever child. He just could not grow up. And instead of facing his problems, he just tinkered with shit in the house. And then I guess the death of his grandmother, it's like, oh no, my world's collapsing. I can't just fix appliances. I need to fix my neighborhood. That's a theory of a deeper meaning of this movie.
My favorite part about his costume is, yes, he dipped every bit of it in the liquid to make it bulletproof, stab proof, all that. He knows nothing of fighting. He's got some gadgets, yes, and he's trying to mimic his role model Batman, but Batman could fight. I think even in the 60s version, he still was able to throw a bam and a pow and a woo and stuff here and there. You got Kevin going to work. He's not taking this shit serious, obviously. And Kevin's kind of pouring his heart out to his boss. I forget what it was all about. I think it was about his grandma and him having to deal with his brother and shit.
Yeah, bills are piling up. Can't even afford to pay for the funeral, which tells me still that it's still fairly fresh.
Yeah, and Jason Alexander's character, I think is Mr. Stone, just blows him off by going, yeah, well, how's that lesbian necrophiliac story going?
Yeah, Larry Stone.
I got bills to pay. I can't even afford to pay for the funeral.
Why'd you have it cremated?
How's that lesbian necrophiliac story coming?
That'd be my reaction.
All right, this is going to be a gross take here.
Go ahead.
Being a lesbian necrophiliac is so much worse than being a straight one, assuming that you're only going down on the corpse. Think about that.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. Without details. Yeah, that was a different show to go in the details. Anywho.
So, I think right after this conversation, Kimberly comes downstairs and offers him a cameraman job for the night. And you're like, okay. So he goes, and I guess,
and this is after returning the card. Yeah, there's no explanation of why she changed her mind. Again, he's still the freak that talks to his dick.
Technically, it's not, because one's a tabloid and one's news, but they're rival stations. Would your company, like where I work, I couldn't have another company that does the same exact shit that I do call me up and say, hey, would you like to come and do a night's of work with us?
I would say that they're under the same parent company, but yeah, I mean, they're not in the same enough field to be competition, but yeah, I understand the lowbrow and highbrowness of the two.
So you're saying that, like, Kurt Loder back in the day, it wouldn't have surprised you if he showed up on Nickelodeon hosting, Nick at Night or something. I mean, same company, same parent company.
It could have been the same parent company, so maybe a lot of the behind the scenes people were swapping through, but yes, personalities, because you had to make everything look individual. So yeah, you wouldn't see probably Kimberly on Hard Edition, but the cameraman can work either side because he's behind the camera.
All right. Okay. Okay, Malcolm.
All right.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Malcolm.
Yes. Yes.
Anyway, so he runs home to tell Darryl the news, how he's got a real job, and he finds a note telling him that basically he went out to fight crime and left Kevin in a suit there.
Which he does not put on.
I know, that cracks me up. As if he's going to look over, see that, and go, oh, yep, I'm going, and throw that fucking thing on. His suit is more ridiculous than, I don't know. It is, right? It is more ridiculous, you would say.
It was definitely like less. It's what is it? Green Hornet inspired.
Oh yeah, definitely. I love that he has a Michigan Wolverines t-shirt on or a sweater. I'm like not just any sweater, but one that's specifically Michigan.
Well, yeah, because this does take place in a fake city called Metro City in Michigan.
Okay.
It's kind of like a fake Chicago.
Well, Darryl is listening to the police radio, and he's trying. He hears about a crime in progress, so he goes running and jumps on a fucking bus. This part cracks me up with him trying to act tough to tell the driver to take him.
I'm a crime fighter.
Yeah, sure you are. Listen, pal, look in the back. You're a freak just like the rest of them.
When he tells him to do it now, right here.
Yeah.
Take me to 10th Street now. Get out of here!
So directly after that scene, it cracks me up. So I guess he's like, all right, well, I guess I'm not making it to 10th Street because he just stumbles upon another fucking crime going on.
I didn't pay attention to that. I thought he ran to it. I didn't know he ran into a different crime scene.
Well, there's no police show up at the part where he's finding somebody getting mugged.
Well,
so
but we remember that the cops were kind of not doing their job because they hadn't been paid.
That's a good point. Okay.
Yeah. So maybe it is the same crime, but it's just that would establish how bad it's gotten that he's able to run there and the crime's still going on. It's like, how long does it take to mug someone? Or I guess how long does it take to beat up a prostitute fully?
Right?
While people are watching. It's like, it's been an hour. She's been beaten.
And he was she only started bleeding from like the lip as soon as he got there. So where was he hitting her beforehand? That dude needs to learn how to beat a woman properly.
Well, he gets to practice on this child.
Jesus.
Don't you know, man, I'll beat you like you're one of my bitches.
Again, see, a pimp, and he's white. All the bad guys are white. It took me a while to say, wait a second here. It's like they're having fun with this.
Hey, you know what? Leave it be. That's fine with me.
I'm entertained by it. This is a funny, world.
Oh, but yeah, he gets he gets slapped around like a motherfucker, and his screaming, he's got the girliest scream that I've heard in any movie I've watched recently, and he's not a girl. It's fucking great. But
this line is what I think of when someone says Blankman.
I warned you, Susan.
It's just, I warned you, Susan.
Yeah, because it was like right before that, you played that scene where he said, I'm going to beat you like one of my bitches. He literally says, well, then slap me around and call me Susan.
Yeah.
But he ends up getting back up, and the guy pulls a gun out, and this is what I was talking about. He basically encourages him to shoot him.
Mm-hmm.
And
I guess
he does.
Maybe he did the math. It's like, if I can put the force of a knife from this height, then it should be able to, that should translate to this caliber weapon. I doubt it. It's just
he's smart enough to know he did something right. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. He's not smart enough to put a walkie-talkie not in someone's crotch, though. Or maybe he just lacks nuance.
Well, I love when he gets back up to get shot again, and the buddies point out the obvious that you think of when watching, but nobody in the movies ever think of.
Why don't you shoot him in the head?
Just shoot him in the head. Why are all these people watching? They're just bums.
Because they're all white.
They're all white watching a pimp beat his hoe and now beating on a disabled man that's dressed like a superhero.
God, and encouraging him to shoot him in the head too. Don't forget that. But
this is an awful town. It needs cleaning up.
Kevin does show up right on time though, and apparently he does mention taking a karate class early on in the movie.
Yeah, he'll be late to taekwondo or something.
Yeah, whatever. Mm-hmm. He beats the guy's ass, and they run away. Naturally, he calls him Kevin Kevin, thank you, and then Kevin calls him Darryl. So don't say my name, like motherfucker, you just said his. I do love that. Darryl goes to the police station here in a little bit. He's like trying to do that. I need to speak to the commissioner shit. And they're just dying laughing at him. It actually is pretty humorous. Like just nonstop, no matter what he does.
How about shithead man?
I want to see the commissioner.
Hey, man's here.
He goes to jail for this, but the only way that the judge agrees that he can be released is if he goes and sees a shrink. Darryl gets to take him to a shrink now. Or, sorry, Kevin gets to take him to a shrink now. So while at the shrink, though, Kevin's trying to explain to the shrink how Darryl is a superhero.
Which just, yeah, I like the flip on it where it's just making him sound crazy. It's like he was shot and it just bounced off. He just came out with this chemical.
And naturally, Darryl's like, I don't know what he's going, pointing at him like he's crazy, you know? So yeah, he comes out of this looking like the fucking crazy one. He's naturally mad at him, but he goes, all right, look, I'll help you if you do it my way. So Darryl's all excited now, like, yeah, let's do it. And they end up sitting out front of their house with a table doing like a neighborhood watch kind of thing. Little girl runs up saying she needs help. Something's going on. And Darryl disappears off somewhere while Kevin goes running to the site.
Yeah, I guess it was because Darryl didn't have his costume on at the neighborhood watch. Is that correct?
That
or
is
did he
it.
just not have
Yeah, he had to run back to the house and throw his costume on. And he had to do that because Kevin refused to let him wear it down there. So this here gave him the excuse. You could see how excited he got, too, because when the little girl was like, I need your help, he's like, all right, I'll be right back down. They go, then there's a chick stuck in an elevator, but not just any chick. She's pregnant and kind of in labor. You get Darryl, who pries open the doors. You're like, oh, okay, cool. This shit actually works. But then he goes and
did you not notice what he used to pry it open? It's like a female spectrum.
Yes, it's for a gynecologist.
Yeah. Did Grandma have that? Where'd he get that?
Not just that, but he slapped lube on that and the door.
Unintentionally knows to use that.
And then he follows that up with the strongest fucking plunger ever.
Childlike logic at that point.
I know. I'm pretty sure there was probably a Batman gadget that was based off of, you know?
Well, yeah, his whole outfit, he has every gadget for every situation. That's just like a complete nod to the 66 Batman.
Well, you got Kevin jumps down into the elevator to help out the chick, and Darryl fucking gradually lowers himself down with his you know. That reminded me so much of Cable Guy.
Yes. And a little bit, Darryl gets to become a little bit of a man here. He gets to catch the baby as it's coming out.
Well, not just that, but dude, when he gets there, he gets to be the one that looks at her thingy.
See her thing. Get down there and catch this thing.
I don't think I'd let my special needs brother do that.
Just do it.
Well,
I would understand that that's too much for him.
Kevin definitely got the worst of this, but after he told her to grab his hand, and she straight up grabs his dick and just full on squeezes the entire time. So,
yes, there are two references that Kevin has a big dick.
Yeah, you got a big finger and something else later. I forget what the other one was. Well, I love this part right here, though. So Kevin was the first one down there, and everybody's asking Darryl, what, you know, oh, you're a hero. What's your name? Well, you know, Kevin did just as much, you know, just saying. But do you have it here where he got his name?
Yes. Let's see. Yeah, he freezes.
What?
He's gone blank.
Oh.
Yeah, so she misunderstands him.
Blankman.
He says he's gone blank man.
A true hero, Blankman.
She just hears it as blank man.
Yes. The aftermath of this, he's all over newspapers. People are putting up signs on buildings saying this building is protected by Blankman. And then this is when we jump and we see the mayor. Like I said, we find out here where he's now the mayor.
Maybe if you were paying attention, that there's just a knockoff little headline that Harris, you know, that he won, but then maybe it makes it a better reveal for other people who didn't pay attention that, oh, he did make it the mayor, and then we get disappointed that he must have taken the money.
Well, you think, but he tells him basically he's going to have Minnelli arrested. And
well, yeah, because he was inspired by seeing Blankman on the news. It reminded him to if this retard can be strong, then maybe I can.
so now since he's popular, Darryl is now getting all these electronics sent to the house. Kevin's excited, because he's getting money sent too, but he's pissed off after he finds out Darryl's sending the money back. Thought that's pretty great. So he ends up basically kicking Darryl out of the house. Like, he could stay there, but he's got to get all of his shit out, which leads to him finding, like any good superhero movie from the early 90s, Ninja Turtles did it too. They find an empty train station to set up, and he makes the blank station.
The blank station.
Earlier, this is what my problem with the Kevin getting that temporary job I was told you about.
Yeah.
Now he's just hanging out up in the newsroom of the other one. It's like, oh, he doesn't work for Hard Edition anymore. He's just upstairs. So was it a promotion or was it a one-time fucking gig?
Oh, that was a good, maybe. Oh my, yeah. Because wait, in Hard Edition, he's writing stories, but for her, he's a cameraman. Yeah, that's not a good explanation.
Yeah. So.
Unless there was a scene, and again, cut. But back to the blank station, there was a mini montage, and even as a kid, I didn't care much for the blank store, but I always thought about the blank stop. It's like, he would just look like a homeless person.
The blank stop?
If he had done that. That'd be awful.
You're right. It'd be too cold in the winter.
It would have been fun to see what he did with the place to make it into an actual superhero place.
Just go outside and look at a bus stop. You would see what the blank station would look like. There's blank stations all over the place here.
Well, Kimberly has the idea she wants to interview Blankman, and Kevin says he can get that for him. So he goes home to beg Darryl to do it. After so long, Darryl finally agrees to do it, but he says under one condition: she must wear a carnation.
Why a carnation?
You wouldn't understand.
I like that.
You wouldn't understand. So it built it up. It's like, oh, because every beautiful woman should have blah blah. It's like, yeah, you gay.
So that right there was the first point in the movie when I noticed that the left side of his glasses was
a fork.
Yeah, that's pretty clever. She's waiting at a train station for him, and he comes flying up on a motorcycle on the train tracks. Now there's a repeating gag here of him shutting the engine off because he can't hear her and then starting it back up. I start to get annoyed.
Yes, I did as a child too. They do it too much.
They do it just enough though later.
They almost do. They start to do it and then they just like, no, shut up, go.
That's what I said. They do it so much here to where you're annoyed and you're like, damn it. But when they bring it back up later and they cut him off midway, I was like, oh, they get it. They get comedy. They weren't cooking it on accident. They knew what they were doing.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it is the Wayne brothers.
She gets on this motorcycle on the train tracks with him. They're flying down the train tracks. She loses the shoe.
Blah, blah, blah.
That becomes relevant later, I guess. I don't know. Anything seems to amaze this person. She does her interview.
Garbage does, yeah.
Yeah, because his whole place, it's a big palace of garbage. And she's like, oh my God. She's all turned on.
Yeah, it's like, okay, there's like things moving and nothing does anything. It's all just junk. Again, the town I live in is covered in crap like this. It's not that amazing.
It'd be like being amazed by somebody with a cool computer set up in a barn or something.
Oh, fuck yeah. I was about to say, I have the exact same setup.
But she gives him a kiss. Probably leads to the funniest, what I find to be the absolute funniest moment of this whole movie. And if you didn't clip this, Malcolm, you are fired.
No. Oh, I'm fired? I didn't know I was hired. I
like how she goes from concerned to almost turned on.
What's happening?
And that's where it changes. Ooh. That washer.
I mean, I don't. Well, yes, you see, Proto J5.
Yeah.
In the flashback, when you see Grandma doing the laundry, that is the same washing machine.
Do you really? Okay, I don't think I noticed that. Oh man, but yeah, him doing that. I told
Which,
you in the
okay, as a
pre-show.
child, I thought it was just a first boner.
Oh yeah, you
joke.
didn't think he was just
I
fucking
didn't.
going all out?
Yeah, I didn't. Well, I don't think I at that point in life I had never gotten past a boner at that point. So
It was getting there. It was like 10,
no,
11 years old
just
at this
get.
point.
It took a little longer for me.
You know, we get back home. Kevin's watching TV, and there's a talk show that has some Blankman fans on it, and you get Tony Cox on there,
Yeah,
playing Midget Man, and you also
Yes.
get Greg Kinnear. Did you notice that was Greg Kinnear as the host? Look at that.
Yes.
What
Yeah.
inspired you to become a superhero?
Well, I think Blankman was an important influence to all of us. But it's a big world, and we all have to do our part.
God,
Okay, I
love
don't.
Tony.
But yeah, he tries to pick up the chair and just falls back.
Oh yeah, just falls backwards. Man, I fucking love him, dude. I'll always think of me, myself, and Irene with oh, she'll be eating blubber.
She'll be eating blubber tonight.
Oh, Darryl comes home and tells Kevin that he's in love. And in love with Kimberly. And he's like, yeah, who isn't? Get over it. And Kevin thinks it's all funny that he's in love with her until he finds out that Kimberly actually kissed him. And then you see a little jealousy start to come out on that one.
Or definitely at least confusion, like him.
Wait, but
minimally confused, maybe a little
like
jealous.
a friendly kiss? He's so confused.
You guys know it's like Q-tips in your ears.
40-year-old virgin. It reminds me of when Andy's trying to describe holding or touching a boob.
Yeah, he's like it's like a sack of rocks.
So Kevin's at work the next day, and he's talking to Kimberly about her date with Blankman. And you can tell when he's talking to her that he's jealous that she's into Darryl and not him. Now like he sees the mayor on the TV talking about giving Blankman an award and all this shit.
Yeah.
I honestly, at this point, I started thinking in my head, I'm like, does Kevin turn bad? I can't remember. It's like it almost leads up to, you know what I mean? This is almost like a villain arc going here.
That's in a sequel that we never do get. Too bad.
Oh, that'd be great.
Maybe they'll bring that back because, though I understand it's not the same Wayans brothers necessarily, they said if Scary Movie 6 does well, they're going to do a sequel to Don't Be a Menace.
That would be awesome.
So if we can snowball this, maybe we can have a Wayans universe.
A whole universe, the Waynesverse. Let's add on to the villain arc here. While accepting his award, he's talking about he couldn't have done this without one person, and starts going on about how great they are. And you see him start to smile, but then he thinks Kimberly instead of him. So it's like, oh, look, that's another dagger to the heart,
Yeah, I mean, she was never involved in any of the crime spree saving. Kevin has still never put the outfit on. So,
Kevin has done the only actual crime fighting, though.
Well, yes, possibly, at least on what we've seen. We never do get much from the montage. Do we ever see Kevin? Yeah, we don't know if he's just been saving a bunch of kitties. Yeah, I don't know. What went down? Because how much crime could he have solved in those montages without Kevin?
So we're at this scene here. They're doing something at a bank. I can't remember. Oh yeah, they're finding a way. They're about to pay the police.
They're just gonna open up the bank. So they're just gonna local government can't. They're just essentially just putting the city more in debt to pay off.
Yeah. And so the mayor opens the bank, and really quickly while he's walking in, a bunch of guys in trench coats follow him in and lock the door behind him. All of them have guns, obviously. They're robbing the place. He naturally makes a comment about how do y'all plan to get out? There's hundreds of pissed off cops, which, obviously. But then we get the explosion from the floor.
Hello, Mr. Mayor!
Why the fuck did Manelli rise from the floor like he was on an elevator? I get it. It's for the reveal.
Yeah, it's for the reveal, and it reminds me of Batman Returns when we see the Penguin.
Yeah, God, even in there, like, give me some realisticness, man. They exploded the floor, and he came up immediately, like he was standing under the bomb when it exploded.
Yeah, yeah. I guess because it's that kind of campy comic book, like it's inspired by Batman 66, so it's like that. That's best I can tell you.
Blankman shows up, and everyone's like, "Yay, Blankman's here! He's gonna go in and save the day." And you can tell he's definitely not into this.
Yeah, I think even before they start yelling for Blankman, he's looking for a way out. He was about to Irish goodbye.
He goes in, try to reason with the mob. Yeah, let's go reason with them. And they got the mayor chained to. I wrote the wall, but I think he was actually chained to the door of the vault.
The vault door. Yeah, it was like a reveal.
Yeah, and he's just covered in C4, and a shit ton, like an unnecessary amount.
A cartoonish amount, you would say.
But yeah, so Blankman, they got him tied up, and he's like using his gadgets to escape here. He has his blank goop and stink bombs, and the goop, he makes people like he throws stink bombs, and then all of a sudden people are smelling shit and they slip and fall, and
yeah,
really
he sprays essentially. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. He's not doing any fighting. Kevin's the only one that did fighting, unless you call his motorized nunchucks fighting. I don't know.
He does actually land one hit towards the end that he's very surprised he did.
Oh, okay. Did he break his hand when he did it?
Surprisingly, no. Everyone was just astonished, and then he gets hit by someone else. So
punching somebody theoretically with the shit he put on those gloves should probably feel like being hit by stone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to both of them, his hands and their face. I'm just saying, but if those are bulletproof, being punched by one of those, all that
yeah. He'd be unstoppable if he dipped those Hulk cans in that solution, then went to town.
Dude, that would be awesome. What if he got like a full-on mascot uniform and like is running around looking like a giant bull or something, and we get that's how Rhino from Spider-Man is formed. He just puts
there it is.
Got it. We got there. All right, moving on. They're outside, and Kimberly runs up and starts hugging and shit on Blankman. It's like, oh,
after the explosion,
so brave. Yeah, and the fucking building explodes with the mayor and presumably everybody else inside.
She does not care one bit. She has no cares about what just happened.
Harris is dead.
Yeah, but you did what you could. No one else would have gone in there.
Excuse me? Hello? Can I at least get a handshake?
Yeah, he's jealous. Fucking Daryl's confused. Like, a bunch of people are dead, and she's like, "That's all right. I'm horny."
But he doesn't get he doesn't get a boner, or
that's a good point. Where's the boner there? Huh?
I guess he is upset of failing.
Okay.
Well, there we go. Saved it again.
So the police are all pissed off. They're blaming Blankman for the explosion, and now he's basically being accused of killing the mayor and saving himself. Daryl decides he's done, shuts down the blank station. Kevin tells Daryl he just needs to try to fit in by getting a real job. So naturally, he starts working at McDonald's.
It is great. I almost wondered if this inspired something that we did back in high school.
Would you like that for here to go? He's just a little McMad right now.
The McMad. Remember how we used to order back then?
Everything, yeah. Let me get Mick number 4, or number Mick 4.
Can I get a McFry to get a McGo? Can they be McFresh fries, please? Them poor old ladies.
Make sure I got some McBarbecue with my McNuggets, please. So we got Mr. McStone and McNelly here. They're talking, and Stone is telling Manelli, I don't remember how the hell he came across him. He found him somehow, because Manelli even says, you got some resources or some shit. But he tells Manelli, he goes, hey, if I can get you Blankman, can you give me an interview? So, we got this where Stone's a bad guy. I was like, he's just a fucking journalist.
He just opportunity. So he doesn't care. It's all about getting the scoop. But there's an interesting background. It shows that Hard Edition is also the supply closet.
So this is Hard Edition, huh? Michael Manelli.
That's funny. I like how Manelli tries to pour coffee on Stone's lap, and he just kind of looks at him and laughs.
And I don't do television.
The most atrocity is it's decaf.
Where is the Blankman?
Well, then that's a good thing he's dumping it out, right?
I don't know if you noticed, but this ain't a boil on my ass. It's a wheelchair.
Yeah. They agree to help each other. Stone tells Manelli about Blankman's affection towards Kimberly upstairs, so that kind of gives him an in. So
Which
they
is
go,
interesting, because that would make him a bad guy, because he's willing to say, hey, if you do something to her, you can get Blankman. So that's a
exactly.
little wrong. So it
So-
does kind of deserve the little prank they pull on him later.
Yeah. So initially it seemed kind of J. Jonah Jameson, where he's just kind of an asshole who wants the story, but then he turns into a bad guy immediately. See?
Yeah.
But they go and they kidnap her, and
Right
so they
after
tell-
she started putting it together and called Kevin's phone.
So she's talking to Kevin on the phone, and they grab the phone. They think she's talking to Blankman, so they tell Kevin, basically say, show up alone or they'll kill her.
Mhm.
Kevin goes to McDonald's to get Darryl and blah, blah, blah. He'll only help if they wear the costume, though.
Mhm.
This is the first time you finally get him in costume. We get to Minnelli doing his interview, and Mr. Stone is just not happy with his reporter's line of questioning.
From deeper, dig it
Yeah. Dig it up!
Right.
This shit.
Edge. Mr. Minnelli, are you gay?
Now that's it!
Again, more evil. He just watched an employee get murdered.
Literally, he
Didn't
jumps
phase him.
from "Have you ever committed a crime?" to "Are you gay?" What the? There's no middle ground. There's nothing.
Well, that was a big no-no back then, even talking about being gay. Like, they were still, like, I don't think Ellen had came out yet at this point.
So, riddle me this.
Yes!
I initially wrote, why is there a high-rise backdrop in this window? Aren't they in the basement? And then I realized they took over the upstairs newsroom to film this interview.
Well, God damn it, he wants the good equipment.
Why?
If you're already going
How?
to kidnap someone and murder someone, you might as well.
Kidnapping the lead reporter.
Mm-hmm.
She works in that room. If you work for the same company in the same building, she's going to tell your boss.
Yeah, there's a little
They
lack
have
of
no
foresight
excuse.
of
They
what's going to
have
happen.
kill her now,
Mhm.
or he's
And-
going to lose his job.
And they're going to kill him. He just wouldn't realize that.
You realize the only reason for this move to put them in that
Mhm.
room is for the very reason to have Blankman, and I put Kevin because I don't think they ever actually named Kevin's character.
Other guy. That's his official
Other guy?
sidekick name. Yep.
Okay, Blankman and other guy burst through the window. That's the only reason they did this, is so they can
Yeah,
grapple,
yeah.
burst through the window. And once
Yes.
again, I write, Darryl can't fight for shit. They go back to back, and Darryl gets knocked on his ass immediately. Kevin's like, "Yeah, we're doing it, Darryl. The fuck."
Yeah.
Oh, but he puts them inside the lucky lottery tank. This fucking tank bothered me, and I know you're gonna know why.
Is this the end of our episode? Will the dynamic duel defy their
I love that.
death-defying drowning death trap? Or will dislodge other guys' fist of Blankman's eye?
The other guy. Okay, he does.
Oh, wow. Wait. That's interesting. Had they already established other guy as his name? I thought that was just determined at the very end of the movie.
I wonder if that, like, he was just saying that there, and that kind of got forced as his name. That may have been an accident.
Ah, that's
Well,
interesting.
but on the front where it tells you how much the Lucky Lottery Millions is worth, it's just a timer that's counting up, and once it hits $9.99, it restarts back at 1. You see it early in the you see it like 3 times, like when they're up in the newsroom talking, like when Kevin's up in there talking to him for some reason and all that.
Yeah.
It's just counting upwards, and faster than it would go up today, and you know how ridiculous that is.
Yeah.
They're about to drown, and Darryl's treating this like a TV show, like what you just showed. And
Yeah.
he had actually called for J5, who's the washing machine robot. God, I fucking
Right.
love J5. And he's having all kinds of trouble with the fucking stairs, obviously.
That was good.
Obviously, he's not coordinated with glass doors either.
I mean, his eyes are a single camera, so he has no depth perception, and he just has flashlights for fake eyes. He can only do so much.
Eyes are flashlights. His
Right,
actual
but
seeing
in
device,
the it is a single camera, so he lacks depth perception, and I understand how that is.
he comes out and he drills holes all up in this thing. I guess enough to where
Could have used a couple more, but it was for this gag.
Holy shit! I didn't realize they put it right where it looks like the peeing.
Yeah. And I just did see the counter. There's only 2 digits on there, and it's like at 30, but yes, it was counting up.
Yeah.
Oh, could you, because I guess back then there was no way Powerballs went over 99 million.
I'd have to look that up, dude, because when I was watching Oz, Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oz was late 90s, early 2000s. They were talking about the lottery being at an all-time record high, and it was like 5 million on there.
We talked about J5, but we skipped a little bit. The first introduction to J5, he's controlling him with a joystick. Did you notice what the joystick was?
We'll bring it.
It's a little black fist. Little black power fist.
That's probably something he's always had on like his key ring. He's like, watch, I'm going to put this in the movie. See if anybody notices. After this, they poke the holes. She kisses him again at this point, and he starts to orgasm again, but he does manage to stop this one.
Okay.
I think he's like, electronics, and starts naming other shit. Like, okay, and stops
Oh,
it.
yes. Yes. That's a good
And
line.
then-
That's more of a reason why I thought it was just a boner joke, but definitely when they do it one more time, it's like, nope, that wasn't just a boner.
Then they start having J5. He has him sniff a C4 like it's a fucking dog, and he starts going around. And they find all the bombs in the building.
Yes,
and they put them inside of J5.
Right. And did you see how they program how J5 gets programmed? It's Sega Genesis cartridges.
Yes, I did.
I'll just switch them to anti-terrorist bloodhound bomb sniffing low. Okay, J5.
I guess it makes sense for the time.
I like they said he's going to switch it, but he just put a new one in. He didn't switch anything.
Yeah, I guess maybe J5 has a default mode, but when you plug that in, it's a Pacific mode.
So he just shoved it up his ass and started sniffing around.
Oh, nice. That's how it works.
They shove all the C4 into him.
Yes.
He's just an old 1960s washing machine.
Yes, now they just made a shrapnel bomb.
Yes. So when they get outside, J5, it blows up. The bombs blow up. J5 looks okay, but then he falls into like many pieces. There's nothing reinforced. It's just metal.
Then he did say, he's like, I've only reinforced him up to this much explosion or whatever. He's not sure if he's afraid it's not enough reinforcement. And so then that little idea is planted, and you see the explosion. Like, oh, look, J5 live. And it's for us, the audience. Then we watch him fall apart for this little not sad, but sad moment.
J5's victory! So die, J5! J5, don't you!
I was kind of hoping we'd see a reveal of a J6.
Who wins in a 5? Johnny 5 or J5?
Johnny 5. Johnny 5 was actually built by the military.
Oh. Well, he vows right there to get Manelli, So next scene, they're in Manelli's hideout. And, Kevin's taunting this guy to shoot him.
Oh my God, he shot me. That's what I was trying to tell you. Only my costume is bulletproof.
He had plenty of the liquid.
Maybe he secretly hates his brother and wanted him dead, and this is the way to get him out. It's all elaborate plan.
Well, Darryl's fighting henchmen, and while that's happening, Manelli puts a gun to Kevin's head. We get some rocket boots here.
It's a doorbell button. That's what activated that.
That's
I just
funny,
saw that.
But I do like how he goes flying like that, and he grabs Manelli, and they go flying through like 10 sets of doors back to back.
Yeah, that is a weird shaped hallway.
Yeah, it's just door after door after door. There's nothing in them. It's just corridors. Why? I know it's for the joke. And then they fly outside to where the police truck just happens to have the back of the door open, the back open. So he's arrested. Next day, we got Darryl getting an award for community service.
And there's already a new mayor. I'm assuming that's what this black guy is.
And you, other guy,
do they have a vice mayor? Is that how that works?
Deputy mayor.
There you go.
people.
I like that. Yeah, everything he did and all he got was a shitty fucking
Blankman t-shirt. Might as well say on there, I saved the city and all I got was a shirt. One of those dumb things. Like after this, Kevin is trying to get Darryl to let Kimberly know that he's Blankman.
Yeah, because technically this is the first time Kimberly has met Darryl Walker. She's never met him.
But she does trick him into admitting that, he is in fact Blankman.
Hey, a purse snatcher!
Where?
That's a job for Blankman!
You know?
like it's a secret. That's like how people don't know that Clark Kent is fucking Superman, you know?
Right, and that's probably the lean-in joke of that, especially since he literally has glasses, and oh my god, Blankman doesn't wear glasses. Oh, I just caught that.
Here's another part right here. The movie ends on this, basically. She kisses him again, and he hits the ground having an orgasm. She
Yes.
thinks it's fucking hilarious. I just don't picture that being realistic at all.
Yeah, only thing that would have made it perfectly if the ground got wet around him. Yeah, it was the don't touch me. I was like, oh fuck, I finally figured it out. Oh, interesting note that kind of reminds me of like Hollow Heads and our further. This show does also. This movie starts with a rap about the movie.
Oh, did it? I didn't even.
Yeah.
Recognize what? That is number one. It takes second to none. If you don't know, here we go.
And also, do you recognize that font where it says Blankman? That reminds me just like the animated
series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just straight up exact same font.
When did Batman the Animated Series come out?
I will have it on the screen now.
Okay.
Wow.
Now, Rotten Tomatoes critics 12%.
What? Fuck the critics. They're never right. Fuck them. They're wrong.
Fans 41.
Come on. All right. I don't like people. This is why I don't like people.
Yep. Now, I don't think this movie is near as bad as the critics make it out to be. No, I mean, is it great? No, it's not great, but it's funny. It absolutely is funny. Not to mention, it's probably the first black superhero movie ever made, you know? And, you know, what can I say? I'm a fan of most of the Wayans Brothers parodies. This one's not really a parody of a certain movie itself, but it's a parody of a genre. And I like it. Might not be my favorite of them all, but it's really not bad. I gave this one 65%.
Well, when I look at Blankman, I'm not just looking at a 1994 comedy. I'm looking at my own childhood. And watching Darryl jerry-rig washing machine parts and toaster wires, the movie never really explicitly says the phrase African-American engineering, but that's exactly what it is. It's an unmentioned joke that hits home with me because growing up, half the appliances in my house were held together by random household items just to keep them running. Rewatching this, I literally wrote down, I never knew I grew up black. Or maybe that's just a fancy word for being poor. While Hollywood wants us to worship a corporate Marvel model where a billionaire monarch, Black Panther, hides behind a high-tech border wall and only learns basic empathy through the bad guy literally forcing him to, Darryl takes little garbage, ties a bath towel around his neck, and protects his actual neighbors. He doesn't fight for a throne, he fights for the block. And that's comfort food with a massive heart. It gets an easy 100% for me. It's a flawless classic. Metro City forever.
Right on, brother. Well, I believe that's going to do it for us tonight then. But before we get out of here, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks for joining us. Have a good one.